What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to give you guys an update of where have I been and all this and this. Well, not really where have I been. A very huge news. So homegirl is an engaged woman now. She is engaged. I am engaged. So yes, so your homegirl is officially engaged. This is how my ring looks if the camera can focus. I just love it. It's so beautiful. My boyfriend actually, like, of course he chose it, but I'm not really picky with my rings, and I don't know, he chose it because my promise ring used to be like this, but not like that poppin'. It was like a small little square, like a cute little dainty, well, not really dainty, it had like 3 stones on it as well. But yeah, so your homegirl is engaged now. We officially got engaged on November 19th 2021, and I just wanted to explain to you guys fully. I have clips and videos, and everything felt like a dream, honestly. So basically it was on a Friday. He chose Friday because Saturday is my dad's birthday, so November 20th is my dad's birthday, and he's like, let me just do it and all that before we go to Texas, because actually this is his first time ever going to Texas, and he's gonna meet my grandma and my cousins, all my close cousins and all that back in Texas. So I'm super excited for that. Basically I actually want to work the whole entire day. Homeboy was kind of giving me hints, sort of like on that weekend before. He's like, I'm gonna send you money so you can go get your nails done to make sure they're nice and all that. And these are how my nails look. They're like glitter acrylic. I don't know if y'all can see. You guys can see it. There you go. So yeah, so I got these type of nails. He's like, just make sure to get them, because I mean there's been times when he has told me to go get my nails done and he sends me money. Well, usually every time I get my nails done he sends me money to go get them done, but this time he was very being very adamant about, like, you have to get your nails done, you know, it's our first date night, you never know when we're gonna have another date night because of like the holidays and all that. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm thinking it's a normal one, but I'm kind of like thinking, like, is he gonna propose, or is it just like, you know, whatever. So basically I get my nails done. And then from there I get home. I end up taking like a 15-minute nap because like I had a headache and I was so sleepy, and we don't get lunch breaks, so I'm like, whatever, it's okay, like at work and whatever. So I'm like, okay, it's whatever. So basically I end up getting home and I take my very sweet time. And before that my sister's like, can you straighten my hair? So I straightened her hair on Thursday. I straightened my hair on Thursday because he even told me, he's like, make sure your hair is straightened because I want your hair to be straightened. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I guess, I'm like, because it's been times like he likes my hair to be straightened at times for just occasion. So I'm like, okay, it's whatever, you know. And then my sister wanted her hair to get straightened, and she was telling me like, it's because our boss is gonna take pictures and all this and this. I'm like, okay. My sister was telling me straighten my hair and all this and this, I'm gonna take pictures. And I'm like, homegirl, this sounds kind of weird and off because you always wear your sweatpants and a regular plain shirt to work. So I'm like, okay, it's whatever. So then later on that day when I got home on Friday, that same day when we got engaged, my sister was like, can you do my makeup? Me and my best friend are gonna go out to dinner with her mom. And I'm like, bro, this is fishy. I'm like, you never wear makeup. You only wear makeup for special occasions. And I'm like, just because you want to take pictures with her mom, or because her mom's gonna take pictures, I'm like, 2 and 2 ain't adding up. Like, this ain't adding up. So you know what, I let it be, whatever. And I take my sweet time doing my makeup. Then my brother tells me another lie. He's like, Leslie, you should hurry up. Kenny has a date night scheduled for you guys. You need to hurry up. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, you never care about these things. I'm like, why are you in it? So then I'm like, you know what, it's whatever. So then like I end up getting ready. It's like about, like, I was legit gonna film Mia getting like a whole get ready with me and all that, and my camera ended up dying on me. Of course, out of all times, my camera ended up dying, so I did not get anything at all. Thankfully I got clips of my family members, my sister and my husband's, well, my fiance's family also recording and all that. So I will be entering the clip later on. But yeah, so basically we ended up going to Starbucks to get coffee because your homegirl was drained. I woke up since like 6 and I'm like, bro, I'm sleepy, I'm hungry, because I was holding my hunger in and all that because I don't eat breakfast, which is bad, but I mean, it's whatever. So yeah, so we end up going to Starbucks, getting our drinks, and then from there we end up going to downtown. So we end up going to downtown Atlanta, and I'm thinking we're gonna ride a little Ferris wheel thing in downtown Atlanta, right like next to Centennial Park, and we park right in front of the right next to the Ferris wheel. And I'm like, dang, I'm like, there's nobody here for a Friday night, it's weird, whatever. And so he ends up like we end up going to the parking meter to go pay for, like, you know, the parking. And like he went to go take a picture of his plaque, and we're in line, and then like we're next, and I enter like the first letter of his plaque, and he's like, wait, we're not gonna be here, I changed my mind, we're gonna go to the Life University that's near where I live. They have like a Christmas show and all that, Christmas light show. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And then like when we're going downtown, right, ends up telling me that we're gonna meet up some Atlanta United players because they're having a meet and greet and the signing and all that. And I'm like all here dressed up and everything like that. I'm like, homeboy, you got me all here dressed up, looking nice, having a full beat makeup to do this. You could have told me this earlier. I could have worn an Atlanta United shirt and some tennis shoes or whatever, looking really chill. And I'm like, are you serious? I was like, I'm gonna Google it. Like, he knew I was gonna Google it. He's like, don't Google it. He's like my brother and his nephew are there. His brother and his nephew are there. And I'm like, okay, it's whatever. And like, I don't think much of it until like we're going back to where I live. Then we pass like the street, like towards the like close to the street of my house, and we just keep going straight. He's like, here, you're gonna have to put this scarf on, and he helps me put on the scarf on. And I'm like, okay. He's like, it's gonna be a surprise, just trust me, everything's gonna be okay. So we get to the square, Marriott Square, which is like a significant place that plays a huge role in our relationship. So we end up getting there. Like, I already know because I lived here most of my life, so I know like the turns and all that, which sounds crazy, but it is what it is. But yeah, so he ends up like making me put on the blind before we get there, and I already had a feeling like we were gonna get there because like, I mean, there were like clues and all that, but I didn't think much of it. Like, I didn't think he was gonna propose that right away. And it turns out we end up getting there. He helps me get up. I walk straight home. Like, your homegirl hit her chest on one of the freaking mirror cars, like one of the car mirrors. And I'm like, oh my god, yo tan pendeja. And it hurted so bad, bro. So then like, he legit makes me walk and like follow his lead. He would not tell me if we were turning or not. I'm like, how you want me to trust you with walking blindfold if you can't even tell me where we're going? So we end up getting there, and like, he ends up turning me fully. Like, you guys will see the clip. He ends up turning me fully, and like, I take off the blinds, and like, I see like lights, and I'm like, what the heck? And then I see him, and then like, I start immediately crying because I'm like, is this really happening? And like, is this moment really happening? Like, honestly, I never thought I would ever be engaged or get married, like, at all. I never saw myself at all. Like, to be honest, I just never saw myself being engaged, married, or anything like that, having a boyfriend, or like having this very committed, healthy relationship at all. Honestly, after my last relationship, I'm like, I didn't think much of it, like fully going into that, like, if you guys understand what I mean. But yeah, so he ends up talking and all that, like you guys will see in the clip, and like thanking everybody because his family lives an hour away, so they got stuck in traffic for like a good hour and a half or two for them to get all the way over here because traffic was like really bad everywhere, of course, because it is a Friday night. And he ends up going down with his Winnie and like proposing to me, and like, I was just happy. And like, once he said all that, and like, I was crying, like, bro, I was bawling my eyes out like a little kid. Like, that was one of the first times he has ever seen me cry, because I don't really cry per se, like, not like that, but like, I'm not really a person that likes to. I end up crying like a baby, like, so much. That's the first time he's seen me cry so much like that. And I turn around and I see my sister filming, and I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, you lied to me. She's like, who you talking to? I'm like, you. She's like, oh. I'm like, well, yeah, who else? And like, his mom comes and hugs me, his my dad comes and hugs me, like everyone comes and hugs me, and like it's like so wonderful. And like it was such a good moment because Marietta Square does play a huge part, because that was one of the first dates that we went, and we connected fully. And then from there, that's where he gave me my promise ring last year. So it legit hit a year. Last week when I got engaged, it hit a year when I had my promise ring. And now I'm engaged there, and hopefully I get to have like my pictures there, wedding pictures and all that there, because that is something I really want to take. And hopefully I remember to add some pictures as well. But everything was amazing. It felt like I was in a story. I'm not a story, into like a movie, like some type of movie scene or something like that. And I loved it. Everything was so amazing and thoughtful. Like he planned this out for like a good 2 or 3 months, and my little sister helped him out because my little sister knows me too well. And it was just amazing, you know. It was like, it's crazy to see like I'm engaged woman now, and it's just wild, because like never in my wildest dreams would I ever think that I would be ever married or in a healthy relationship. And you know, through all the trial and errors I had with the past relationship, like this just, it's like, it has no words to it. Like it's an amazing feeling. Like wow, like I went through all that, held through everything with my previous relationship to have a healthy, good, happy and amazing relationship. And it's just so peaceful and like so good and all that. Like I don't know, like it's just amazing. But I hope you guys liked this video of my little story time of how I got engaged and how it all went down. I will be posting the video of like in the next scene, or like maybe while I'm talking, you guys will be seeing the video of like how he did it and all that. But I hope you guys like this video. Make sure to subscribe and like, and I will see you guys in my next video. And just an FYI, I might be doing wedding DIYs, maybe, who knows. Quien sabe. It's all just depending, because we're thinking of either getting a wedding, having a wedding, or getting our house. But we don't know until next year. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next video. So bye.
That's the villa. Making it happy forever. Woo!